Hello guys, good day. How are we doing today? New video. In today's video, we're going to talk about we're going to have 2 or 3 different videos today. So in today's video, we're going to talk about pre-match analysis of the match between FC Barcelona and Rayo and the Rayo Vallecano. Ok, c'est la dernière confrontation qu'on doit avoir avant la trêve internationale. I think international break will last for 2 weeks. Okay, international break will last for 2 weeks. So today will be the last match before the international break. Okay, and it's obvious. We all know that since the match is going to play at the Camp Nou, so it's going to be a sure victory. We're going to win. That we don't doubt. But now, let's do our pre-match analysis, okay? And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my prediction, what I think. Firstly, we'll start with Rayo Vallecano's team. They are also playing. They are playing the Europa, is it the Conference League? Okay, they have played the Conference League. Hence, they played on Thursday. I think they played on Thursday, and they're playing again today on Sunday. FC Barcelona playing the Champions League. They played on Wednesday and are also playing on Sunday at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Players were even complaining because they don't like 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is normally their waking up time. They're at Barcelona 2 p.m. I learned that on Sundays in the afternoon like that. The town of Barcelona is very very c'est trop sec quoi. It's very very dry. So that's what I heard. Okay, now everything being equal, the Rayo Vallecano's team is not a team to take for granted. That's what we all need to understand. Okay, it's not a team to take for granted, especially with players like we have a EC. There's that EC guy. Okay, that is that EC guy that usually tends to prime Messi whenever he's playing big teams, Real Madrid and FC Barcelona. EC always tends to prime Messi. Okay, so which is he's in the team. Okay, he's in the team. I think yes, he's in the team. He's not injured. He's in the team. We have this. They have this guy at their midfield. This their defensive midfield are very solid. Patesis, this Senegalese guy, very solid. Okay, Patesis is very very tough. They have this defender Luis Felipe, as a very very good player too, and they have their goalkeeper who is not qui n'est pas dégueulasse. Okay, qui n'est pas dégueulasse. Okay, and we have what I think those are some few big names. Okay, those are some few big names that we have. Okay, that we have to pay attention to in the Barcelona squad. Okay, now talking about Rayo as a team. Okay, Rayo just came out of a conference league match where they qualified. Okay, they qualified because I think in the match early they won 3-1. Okay, they won 3-1. So in the match with two, they were being beaten 1-0, but on aggregate they qualified actually. Before that, Rayo's last match was a 1-1 draw with Levante. That's in La Liga. Before that, so they had the Conference League match that they won 3-1. Before that, okay. Now looking at just their matches at Liga, the last 5 matches, we have 1-1 draw with Levante. They were ils étaient à domicile. Next, we have 1-1 draw with Seville. Ils étaient à l'extérieur. Next, we have 3-0 victory over Real Oviedo. Ils étaient à domicile. Next, we have 1-1 draw with Bilbao. Ils étaient à domicile. And we have 1-1 draw with Real Betis. Ils étaient à l'extérieur. So, in their last 5 matches, we've had 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw. That they've had 4 draws. 4 draws. one victory. And among the four draws, two of them, yes, two of them is a at l'extérieur, two of them is a at domicile, something like that. So that gives an average of they don't score much and they don't consider much too. Okay, that they don't really score much. Okay, that they don't consider much, and playing at l'extérieur, okay, on the Barcelona's home ground soil is obvious they are going to be beaten. Are going to be beaten very, very, very well. Now we move on to the Barcelona team. Okay, move on to the Barcelona team to see how far. Now FC Barcelona just came out of a littered 7-2 victory against Newcastle. Okay, now the last five matches before that, La Liga, we had a 5-2 victory over FC Sevilla. Before that, we had a 1-0 victory over Bilbao. Before that, we had a 4-1 victory over Villarreal. Before that, we had a 3-0 victory over Levante, and oh, we had a 2-1 defeat against Girona. It means our last five matches we've won four, we've lost one, no draw. And all the matches that we've had to play at our home soil, home ground, if it is 100%, okay, 100% victory, okay, 100% victory with the three goals upward. Okay, so now coming back to the FC Barcelona squad, the only injuries that we have are the injuries that we had ever since, which are Frankie De Jong. Okay, is that good? Our only injuries are the injuries that we had with we have Frankie De Jong. Okay, we have Eric Garcia that have obviously fully bon. Him is not really an injury, it is surcharge muscular fatigue from what I heard. It's surcharge muscular fatigue. Balde, Kunde, and Christensen. And from the infos that we have, Balde and Kunde should be back after the international break. Okay, Juan Garcia it wasn't an injury. It was just Mm, bon, it was nothing serious. Let me put it that way. Juan Garcia was really nothing serious. Okay, Eric Garcia is surcharge muscular. Balde and Kunde will have to be back. Balde, Kunde, De Jong will have to be back after the international break. Okay, now I for this match as right back position, these are the matches that I would like to see players like Xavi Espa being given an opportunity to play. Okay, I love the guy, I love his courage. On the ball, he's a very good player. Remember, posto de formation was midfielder. Xavi Espa is normally a midfielder, just that with time, he had to play as a right back, but he's normally a midfielder. And if you had to see him, um, you had to see him playing at the midfield, you see that he's very, very good on the ball. Okay, so Xavi Espa, I would like to see him. Onibaji, no. Marcus Rashford, we'll talk about Rashford in another video because personally, I think Rashford have lost Hansi Flick's trust. Okay, Hansi Flick no more trusts Rashford. Hence, that's why you see Rashford does not have enough playing time. And I even got infos that the money that was supposed to be used to sign Rashford, we're not going to sign him again. And I'm very much okay with that. We can use that money and look for a proper number nine. I'm very much okay with that decision of not signing Rashford. No, we will talk more about that in another video. And talking about Lewandowski too, I also saw another info where they said Lewandowski will be given an additional 1 year. I don't know what's happening with Deco. I don't know what's happening with Deco and Laporta. Okay. He said we'll be given an additional 1 year. Why? Why? Why should will he be given an additional 1 year? He's already old. If you can only libère, il passe battre ailleurs. Okay. So I really don't know why. I don't know why. Hopefully, there should be a change of mind getting to the summer, please, because I would not like that. Okay, and I'm not sure there is a Barcelona fan that still wants Lewandowski. No disrespect to him, but I mean, Papi, you have okay. So you have fait ton temps. Okay, so you have fait ton temps. Okay, it's good to leave Barcelona where while you still have like just live with us, man. Just live with us. So you can go to Poland, go to Arabic Saudi, go to go to the US, go and try something there. Okay, go and try something there. Okay, for sharply, we'll go on to the la composition de l'équipe. My preferred XI. Okay, for goalkeeping position, I'll take Joan Garcia, obviously. First, I'll prefer a very strong first 11. We get into that match, take the match serious, we win the match at first half, then we send those guys to go and rest, especially the ones that have been called up by their various nations. They can go and rest. I prefer we go with the strongest XI. We win the match, then they can go and they can now with the second half to go and rest also. So goalkeeping position, I have Joan Garcia. Right back, I'll go for Xavi Espa. Defenders, I'll go for Kubasi and Gerard Martin. Our Joyeux. Okay. Left back, I'll go for Joao Cancelo. Midfielders, Bernal Pedri. Okay, and then in front, I'll play with Fermin. Fermin, he's informed recently, so I'll play him. Then Olmo will come in later. Right winger, Lamine Yamal, obviously. Number 9, I'll play Ferran Torres. Maybe the match will help him to get back confidence. Left winger, Rafinha. As substitutes, I would think of Rashford, Olmo, Casado. Okay, so as the guys can come in as a substitute. Okay, maybe, and also Araujo. Araujo can come in as substitute. Araujo comes as substitute. Xavi Espa can go out. Now Kubasi and Araujo plays as center defenders. Gerard Martin goes to the left. Prediction: Barcelona will win the match by at least the will score. Barcelona will win the match and will score at least 3 goals. Okay, so that's the end of my pre-match analysis. Okay, see you in the next video for the pre-match analysis of Real of the Madrid derby and the EFA Cup final derby, Manchester City and Arsenal, or Arsenal Manchester City. Okay, please like, comment, okay, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Okay, it's going to help the channel to grow. Peace. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya.